Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So in this one we are going to be unboxing the new Fitbit Charge 5. So this is their latest kind of slimline fitness tracker that's meant to be able to do pretty much everything on there. Really excited to kind of get into this. Now, anybody who follows the channel will know that both myself and Liam currently use Apple Watches. It's just kind of what we've moved over to. But Fitbit was sort of like the original ones that I used back in the day. Obviously, there was all things like the Pebble tracker, and then there was the kind of Moto 360 that I used as well. But one of the most popular ones, the ones that I enjoyed the most at least, was the old Fitbit. I think it's like the original Charge HR, and I absolutely loved it. Now, how do we even get in here? So I guess first up, it comes in that irritating plastic sleeve, which I think is an Amazon thing rather than the Fitbit thing. Pretty much everything we've been getting from Amazon comes in these plastic sleeves. It comes in this relatively small and slimline box, a little bit on the back here. So Fitbit Charge 5, 24/7 heart rate and active zone minutes, stress management score and EDA sensor. So I'll be interested to see how the stress management works. I'm not entirely sure if that feature has launched yet, so I guess we'll find out when we get to the full review. Heart rate notifications, built-in GPS for pace and distance, and health metrics like breathing rate and SpO2. Now, like I say, I'm a big fan of Fitbit, not necessarily just because of their trackers. I think they do make some really nice little trackers, but more for the software side of things. And the one thing that I absolutely miss on my Apple Watch is like the competitions and social side of it. So if you use Fitbit, and even if you haven't, one of the great things is you can have multiple people in a competition to do like a walking competition or an energy burn competition. There's loads of different competitions you can do on Fitbit. You can do it for a day, a weekend, or 7 days. On Apple, you can challenge like one person, and their overall interface is very colourful and it looks nice and it captures a lot of data. But it's just not as, I don't know, it doesn't really motivate you to get up and go, in my opinion at least, with the Apple Watch. Because Fitbit, their software looks kind of older, but it has so much more to do in it, and I really like it. So here we go, so it kind of pops straight open. You've got this sort of like little card bit here, so at least it's kind of all recyclable by the looks of things. Looks pretty good. And I really like these little fitness bands. So again, one of the things that these do so much better than stuff like the Apple Watch is your sleep tracking. Because A, it's a little bit smaller, you feel it less when you're sleeping, and it just has much more functionality when it comes to sleep tracking. Apple literally tells you like, yeah, you fell asleep then, you woke up then. So you know what, this little plastic. In fact, let's see what else is in the box. I assume there's nothing. Oh, maybe there is. Is there something in here? No. No, that's just an empty little thing. In here, I guess you get maybe a spare strap. I think like the smaller strap, so that way if you do struggle with the sizes, you have that there as well. Power. So how does this power up? Is it still a clip-on? Okay, so full-size USB, so USB Type A. And this kind of little magnetic puck there, so that's pretty nifty. One thing I do like about these, you plug them in, and like pretty much every type of wearable, it just drops onto it, magnetically seals, and then charges. And then you've got obviously your instructions in there as well. So let's pop all of that aside, and the charger, and let's open it up and have a look. There we go. Right, so you've got this really kind of, I mean, this has changed so much since I last used one. The last Charge I used was the Charge HR2, I think it was. And it was quite blocky and relatively large. This looks really nice. It's very slim, kind of this stylized touch panel, I think, on the side here. So your heart rate monitors and everything on the back there, and a small little screen. Now, one of the great things about your Fitbits, I assume it should be probably as easy as the old ones. Clip there and the strap comes off. Which way does it go? Ooh. There we go, easy as that. Didn't have to look at any instructions, and it just pops off there. And then it should, clips straight back on. So if you want to get a different strap for this, see if you want to use the smaller size, then you've got that there. Feels pretty comfortable. It's more flat than I remember them being, so there's not too much of a curve to it, but you already feel it. I like it. I like it. Let's get it powered on, see what the screen looks like. Maybe at a push, I can use a dongle with USB Type A plugged in. Gotta love this USB Type C lifestyle, eh? Oh, it buzzed. I got something, so fingers crossed that's working. I wonder if I need to go into the app. Oh no, here we go. So we have something on the screen. So it is now telling me to open the Fitbit app on my phone. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, this is what I mean. If you haven't used the Fitbit application, it's nice enough. It looks easy enough to use. Everything's kind of where you expect it to be, but it does look old, I guess, in comparison to Apple's. Apple's is very, very colourful. It's fun. There's a lot going on, but it feels basic in what you ultimately get in terms of that social aspect. It's one reason why I absolutely love these. If you have a group of friends and you're all looking to get a fitness tracker or a type of fitness tracker that will encourage you all to get up and go and do some challenges and stuff like that, Fitbit is kind of the one to go for, at least from my user experience, versus something like the Apple Watch. But obviously, your mileage may vary. First impressions are really positive about this. It looks pretty good. That screen's really bright, looks very nice. I can't remember if the old one had, I think it was like kind of a slight color screen, or if it was just black and white, but they were always just really budget screens. They didn't look great, and kind of doing anything on it just wasn't ideal. Well, this looks a lot better. There we go, so it's all pretty much as expected. So you tap on the screen and it'll bring up different things there. So like you've got your time, and it gives you your activity bar, things like that. So it'll tell you how many steps you've taken, how much distance, I'm guessing your calories burned and how long you've been stood up for, hourly activities, shows your heart rate on there as well. So you can flick through quite a few bits on there, and then within the app you can customize what you're seeing on the actual device itself, so not too bad. Also, you can swipe left to right as well, so this will just give you a brief overview of what's on there in terms of your tracking. Then you can check your notifications, and you can start different exercises as well straight from the watch rather than have to go into the Fitbit app, which is a nice thing. Set things like alarms, timers, and then swipe back across onto your main bit. There's all sorts of things to see actually on the watch itself rather than having to use the app, so that's a nice little touch. And this screen is really good in terms of viewing angles. It looks bright, looks nice. Really happy with that so far. So overall, it looks really neat. It feels very nice, lightweight. Definitely a massive update compared to some of the older Fitbit Charges. So if you are in the market for something that's relatively affordable in comparison to something like a full-fledged smartwatch, then this might be the one to go for if you want that fitness tracker and that social interaction. So we will have a full review as well coming up in the future. So if you've got any questions or anything you want us to cover about this, let us know in the comments. Really intrigued to see how good the battery life is on this, because they've always been absolutely amazing on Fitbit. And they advertised this has been like 7 days, so I guess we shall see whether or not it lives up to those claims. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button to come along for some more awesome content in the future. As I said, if you've got any questions about this or anything you want us to test, let us know in the comments and we'll do our best to cover those. In the meantime, stay safe and we'll see you soon. Bye.